What's up, guys and girls? Welcome to another video. So God of War has been in the news for a while now, and every single week it feels like something new is getting announced. In the news, we have two God of War director names popping up. We have an animated episode from Amazon coming up, a huge tease from another content creator who saw some God of War projects, and she's trying her very best to hype up the fans. We have God of War collaborations with other video games, and all of this is leading up to the anniversary of God of War Ragnarok and God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. And something that I didn't actually mention in the video because I'm recording this intro last, State of Play is being heavily rumored to either make an appearance this month up until the end of the year, and God of War Ragnarok released in November 2022 and God of War Ragnarok Valhalla released in December 2023. So we're gonna go into all of this, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Let's get right into the news. So what exactly is the tease I'm talking about? So an influencer, a social media personality, got invited to Santa Monica where she saw some cool upcoming projects. She was being shown around by the community lead, a senior producer, and the great Eric Williams was with them as well. Of course, he was the director of God of War Ragnarok, for those who don't know. In her replies, she says that it's something that God of War fans will really appreciate. She goes on to give a hint about what she saw as well, which is 2 squares and a red triangle. Of course, we're going to go ahead and break it down and try to figure out what she's talking about a little bit later in the video. But I also want to mention, this comes after a few weeks ago, Cory Barlog announced that he was returning to Santa Monica, which got a lot of fans excited. You should have seen the DMs I got about this. It's really crazy. Now, these teases from Cory Barlog and this social media influencer who visits Santa Monica is pretty damn cool, but you also have to remember, in 3 months, God of War Ragnarok Valhalla's 1-year anniversary will be here, and in 2 months is God of War Ragnarok, the base game's anniversary. Of course, God of War Ragnarok came out in November, and God of War Ragnarok Valhalla came out in December. So with Cory Barlog's big announcement that he's returning to Santa Monica, and this content creator meeting up with Eric Williams and a few other God of War staff, seeing upcoming God of War projects, and telling us that we're gonna appreciate it a lot, it's getting my head scratching, man, I'm not gonna lie. This month, September, we're gonna get God of War Ragnarok on the PC. It's finally gonna drop. But also remember that Amazon is creating a special episode for Kratos and their upcoming project, which is going to be animated, I believe. And that was also announced not too long ago. And when I say Amazon project, I'm not talking about the live action God of War TV show that's still in development. It hasn't been canceled yet. We haven't heard anything about it. But this is a whole different other project that is God of War Ragnarok related. Like a lot of other shit I'm talking about here. And fuck it, I'm going to include it in this video. I wasn't going to at first, but screw it, we're already here. Astra is heavily getting marketed with the character using Kratos' Leviathan axe. I keep seeing this post all around Twitter. It's like the defining factor of their marketing right now. Hell, even I put out a post on Twitter asking if you're going to buy this because he can use the Leviathan axe, and a lot of people agreed that they are going to do so, which is crazy. Now let's go ahead and talk about what exactly this tease can be. What she could be referencing is a God of War remake or a remaster on the PS5, because fans have been asking about both, especially a remastered series over to the PS5. Square Square Triangle is of course the iconic classic spammable combo. Most new players instantly go into this as their bread and butter. It's as iconic as Kratos himself. For it to be a remake, they've had to have been working on this project at the same time as God of War Ragnarok. Remakes are very difficult, right? They're just as big as fully fledged games, but I think it's possible it could be a remaster. I think remaster more than a remake. Honestly, I just want to play these games again. I really just want to enjoy the original trilogy without having to pull out my PS3 because it is a dated console. It is now considered a retro console. I don't want to pull it out. My PS3 don't work too good. It sounds like shit, and I'm tired of it. And I really want them to remake the series or remaster. I'll take a remaster over a remake, to be perfectly honest with you. I just want to experience these games, and she might have saw this project and she is excited for it, as I am, if it's real anyways. Could be another DLC announcement, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Now, the reason why I think it's DLC is because God of War Ragnarok Valhalla, again, barely is a year old, and God of War Ragnarok came out in 2022. So it's not a full-fledged game, right? These games take about 5 years to make. So this tells me that whatever project they're working on, if it's a game, it has to be reused assets, which means DLC. God of War Ragnarok Valhalla DLC is extremely positive, right? People loved it. I love it. I still play it to this very day. You know, just occasionally when I'm on the phone talking to somebody or when I'm listening to a podcast, I would just throw on God of War Ragnarok Valhalla. It was so good. They didn't mess that one up, and I really do love it, man. So I think an Atreus DLC is probably what this whole thing is about, right? They're gearing up for an announcement on Atreus's story, the next part that's happening. But that's too boring, right? On this channel, I have to throw out some stupid, crazy shit. You know, I say some logical shit, and then I have to switch off to some crazy fucking shit, right? I want a Faye game. I will not stop advocating for it. I will not stop asking and making posts and videos on it. I really do think that there's such a huge story to tell. I just did a podcast with Midgard Chronicles, and we talked about this a lot. And I really want a Faye game. There's a lot of story there, man. I've thought about it a lot. I try to get it animated. It's too damn expensive. I have family to take care of, so I couldn't get it animated, man. But I really want it to be a Faye game. I absolutely do. 100%. I hope at some point we're gonna get a PlayStation showcase, right? I hope at some point we get to experience God of War hype again, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really much of a content creator anymore. I just got swamped with my own personal life. There's not really interesting stuff I want to talk about with the God of War series right now. And I miss God of War, man. You know, I've been playing other stuff, doing my job and shit. But I can't help but sometimes just to read pages out of the many God of War books I have here. I just can't help it. And I really just want something God of War. Maybe I'm reaching with everything I said in this video, but you know, that's just how I feel. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. You heard all my ideas. I really want to hear yours. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces. It's really good to be making videos again. So I've been kind of like back into like the content creation thing again. After being away for so long. Covering some Black Myth and Wukong, making some videos on that. Now I get to make God of War videos again, which I'm excited about because actual news is coming out. So yeah, very excited. Deuces.